Now, trying to see that. Reality, the 98%, exception, 2%, the field, the crowd. That way. What's going on, people? How you guys doing today? It's your boy, the Deacon, man. Just coming to you live, getting to you in regards to some good stuff, man. This is our summer transformation recruiting 101. Really, what parents should be doing right now, getting ready for all these camps that'll start first weekend in June. First, well, the camps and all of the coaches that'll be coming out for the new year, coming out for recruiting for the new year, and haven't that guys that haven't been out for the last really start looking out for what's up, Steve? Guys that have not coaches that have not been able to come out over the last year, and what we really want to do is make sure we go over what we want to do is go over today on recruiting 101 kind of the summer transformation, some of the things that you guys should be doing during the summer, as far as weightlifting, weight training, transforming your body to what it should look like when these coaches come out. Some of the things you could be taking, some of the things you might want to stay away from, some good old fashioned eating. It's more about calories. And I should have called my brother Steve and said, "Get on here, man. Tell these kids how to gain a little bit of weight." If you're looking to get that 10 pounds, I have a number of different things, and I'll share with those things on my page where you get them. I think my son was a freshman going to sophomore, told me he had to play varsity, and he was 127, 128, and we got him up to 147, so 20 pounds of natural stuff. We did use some take some protein shakes and did some different stuff with that, and then some extra amino acids, different stuff that we did to break down, but it's gonna take the work. I will say for most of you guys that who don't have to go to summer school, you have no reason not to do two of these all summer. I would tell you that. You should be in the weight room in the morning, cardio in the evening, footwork. Some of the best trainers, the trainers that are out here, and every time I do this show every year, I'm going, why didn't I call, the trainers before you go to these camps? I think you truly have, before you go to these camps, you truly have a, let's say, those camps in mid-month. You have a month and a half. You have a month and a half right now to put on some weight, change your body structure before you go. And those camps at the end of the month, let's just say the LV camp, June, let's say June 27th, you have a great chance of changing your body. And so you definitely want to make sure that you are doing things. But as far as changing your body structure and what you look like, as well as doing the drills that you're going to be doing in training before you go to the if you don't know how to do the L drill and really get your time combine training from this day forward till you go to your first camp. Every camp that we've gone to has had the 40. So if you're not running track, one of the going rules that I hear a lot of kids that they are doing is they're running track with, they are going out practicing with the track team. Speed kills. If you're trying to get recruited, You should not be working out with the track team if you're not going to at least not compete in those meets and you're going to go do 7-on-7. Here's the going thing with me as a recruiter with 7-on-7. If I can run track and miss a 7-on-7 meeting, you guys will hear me change that. I know. I will hear you guys will hear me change this. Go run track. You can do 7-on-7 on the weekend here and there. The nicks and the pounding that you're going to take grabbing on the knees if you're playing on turf, whether you're playing on grass with 7-on-7, you need to spot play 7-on-7. I had the privilege to be with Greg Biggins and Huffman and Adam Gorney on this weekend at the Under Armour camp, and I will give you guys some real good information from the guys who talk to colleges every day. And that's why we really going to talk about these kids' bodies today. You guys, our linemen look terrible. If you guys watch my video on Facebook, I'm kind of bagging, having fun, talking a little bit, but our linemen are not looking like we're not doing what we need to do. And I do different things. And that is that we are not, and our running backs and everybody. I mean, I saw some kids that were nose tackles that need to be playing nose tackle that were overrunning through cones with the running backs. And I was like, let's talk real recruiting right now. If you look at college football and high school football, if 85% of college football is really spread air raid, and very little of it is pocket, pro set, and too many people dotting the I, running the I with a fullback. Most kids don't even know what that position is anymore. A big running back is now going to have to go out and play slot. A running back, not a big running back, a running back is going to have to go play slot. The ground and pound big guy, only in a very few programs, and parents, I'm talking mostly to you, they don't go after big burly backs. It's just not. So let me give you some measurables on a back. When you talk, if you're a shorter back, you're 5'7", 5'8", 185, 190, you better be nimble, very quick on your feet, and you better be able to ball out the backfield and maybe go between the tackles. When you look at the guy from LSU that just got drafted in the last pick by the Chiefs last year, his low center of gravity, and Steve Broussard is on here, thighs, legs, but he can carry 15, 17 carries a game in an NFL game because of his body structure. When you look at Tariq Hill, his body structure shows you he was a running back at one time, but he's so fast, gifted, he can run routes. You can go put him out in the slot. So parents, why am I bringing those guys up? If you look at the evolution of the game and how the game changes, there's times that Ezekiel, one of my guys, is still in the game on third down, being motioned out and catching out of the backfield. If you're not that kind of back and you just want to go get 4 yards of crack, it's tough, right? It's tough because those guys don't go. I'll take a kid from Fresno, Buchanan. When you look at a guy like Steve Kendall Milton, it's different. 6'2", 200 pounds, Najee, big back, going into the SEC. Those guys are different. The game, right? When you look at Munchie, who just left Oregon State, they use. The reason I say that is because a lot of times when he wants to go Pac-12 and he wants to go here, he got to go there, but you're not looking at the game. You're not studying what you see. So recruiting wise, the bigger back is probably a more of even a 1AA uh, uh, that they're going to pro set ground football. So your recruiting is going to be different if you're that kind of back. You're still trying to say, oh, I want to go to SC. Go and look. Stephen Carr, 5'10", 5'11", 185, 195, can come out of the backfield, shifty. You can leave him in the game on third down. If you're not that kind of guy, you have to understand that is what takes your recruiting on what? I got one of the best running backs to play the game, high school, college, and in the NFL, who there's different types of backs. You hear coaches when I'm talking to them, hey, coach, what you doing? So, oh, we got a pounder that can get us some yards, catch out of the backfield. We need a change of pace back. We need a quick guy, a game breaker, a guy that's going to take it 85, or take it 70, every now and then. So you have your Lindell White and your Reggie Bush, your Thunder, your Lightning. So watch the game, and so you understand that part. So you made some of the times we got kids playing out of position in the wrong spot, and we go, man, I don't understand, man. He had 300 yards and he had this and that. He's not in the right position. You're looking at the wrong schools. Those become the reasons why your recruiting is not going in the running back line when you should be over with the linebackers playing hybrid because you're not quite tall enough, right? You're not quite tall enough, and then you're not, but you have the speed enough to play some hybrid outside backer. You can stick a guy out the backfield. If you're physical, you can hit. That's what it is. No, you're not, Ernesto. I'm gonna send you the number. I'm gonna call you when I'm done. And so that's what you have to be able to do so you understand it. Then a lot of you guys, I watched this weekend. I watched with the guys that are on here. There were a lot of kids in the wrong line. A lot. Let me talk to my basketball parents again. A lot, and I need you guys to really understand this. Football has 25 scholarships mostly every year to give. They give it sometimes after COVID year, but when we talk about football scholarships, 25 scholarships to give every year at the Division I level. If your kid is a 6'4" power forward playing basketball, he is a guard. He is a guard. He's a guard in college basketball. If he can't shoot and he's playing big man, he is a great D tackle, right? He's a great D tackle. He can be a tight end. He can be something else. But a lot of us, we have a lot of our kids wasting a lot of time on the basketball court. And the reason why our linemen aren't looking good, I love the fact that your kid may love basketball, but if you were looking for a scholarship and you got point guards, super athletic, can dunk the ball, 6 feet, 5'11", you're the DBs that they're looking for. There's only 1 or 2 scholarships that are out there for you every given year in basketball. And right now, with the total in basketball, high school kids aren't getting recruited. That's why prep is so big with basketball, and JC basketball is back to where it was when I played, where you got guys coming out having to go 2 years, having to do because of all these kids. So Division I basketball is totally different than football. But when you find that 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" point guard, very athletic, can play, got good feet, probably can play some nickel, play corner. He's got more of an opportunity with 25 scholarships to give than in football, than while going on all this AAU traveling and doing all that. And you like, oh no, man, he having all these points, he's doing this. Because the next guy over here is 6'5", and he plays point. And he's 6'6", and he plays point. Dribble the ball, and he can go play the 2, or he can get on the wing and play wing. So it's a different thing. So from a recruiting perspective, a guy who had a Division I scholarship, multiple for basketball, I can tell you right now, everybody looks and goes, man, D, much basketball as you play, how does your kids play basketball? Because I understood, I married somebody that was 5'2", and I didn't breed in that direction of a 6 foot woman, and my kids were all going to be about 5'9", 5'10", right? And I realized who they were, and I put them where I started in football, and then basketball became something they wanted to do. It would happen. They loved football. They were tremendously fast. They got athletic genes, and here we are today with scholarships. Not playing basketball where I probably would have been 10 times harder on them. The game has changed. The little point guard, you're not seeing them as much. And play college sports has been. Yes, Steve, they got to have a tough football. I played football first, then basketball. So it wasn't like I was calling ticky tack fouls because I was used to everybody looking at me like when I rack, I was used to getting hit. I played football. So it wasn't like that was it. Now, when I fouled you like a football player, but I was a hooper, but I played football first. You do have to have a football mindset, but I guess I'm saying this, Steve, from this perspective, as mothers are going into the YMCA's and going, oh, you're going to be a hooper. Understand your genetics, understand measurables mean what they mean. And then just manage expectation based upon what the reality is. 98% is the reality of the Division I scholarship. The 2% is the exception. So we have to, it's just starting off managing that expectation early on. So linemen, I'm going to tell you right now, California has done a disservice. We've done a very bad disservice the linemen in our state. Polynesians, they're all the big man thing. You need to get to these big men, get to a place where and you're transforming their body. What you call big is not big. Okay, 6'2", 295, because he's big. That way is not big. I'm there. I'm talking to 24/7 Sports, Rival Sports. I'm talking to the writers. And when I say they were disgusted at our linemen and what they look like on Saturday, it's not even the word, because we're not working. And when you see Primetime Polynesian, when you see Giant Skills, and you see that, get that kid from in front of that TV playing that game if he wants to play and get that scholarship, whether it be D3, NAIA, D2, Division I, 1AA. Linemen in California, let me share with you why. And I was talking to somebody this, and back me up on this if you understand. If Ernesto's still there, Steve, you still there. Your linemen will help your skill guys get recruited. If there is a ton of linemen where coaches and people are going to come right about, then your skill guys get a better look. Everybody has skill guys. Everybody has skill guys. Every state is going to have skill guys. There is just going to be a guy a little faster, a guy does this, that, and the other. It always comes down to who is going to reach that coach first with their skill guy. Because I can go get a skill, like I said, skill guy. I just say special guys. There's special guys, 2%. And then there's a lot of skill guys in every state. Skill guy, everybody has them, but there's a question of if that skill guy gets to that coach first, that guy's gonna get. You can't go to these camps looking like you worked in a warehouse 13 years and you 16 years old, and all you missing is a pack of cigarettes rolled up in your t-shirt. Like, some of these kids' bodies, I was like, dude, are you serious? Like, you gotta go work. You gotta go look the part. Steve Broussard's on here, and I just have to tell him, ask him. The very first thing when these coaches come, it is the eyeball test. When we get on, I don't care if you go in the bathroom before you go on that field and bust out 50 push-ups. You better go in them little tight shirts looking like something. You better go looking like you ready to do it. You better have attitude. Our kids are nice. They're big, big habits. This is why the Polynesian community, when they come, they already got that Polynesian face. They looking mean. They look like they down for it. They go. Some of the greatest smiles on the earth. But at the end of the day, first impression means everything, right? So if you're not going to get out here and do some of your body, you kids, you got 6 weeks before some of the first camps jump off. You need to transform your body, man. Bottom line. It's I'm standing there, man, and them dudes are like, one right or left. He says, man, I'm gone. I've seen enough. It's nothing. Yeah. Just like a big old slab of meat out there, bro. You got to change your body. And a lot of people talk about Bosco and modern day and this and this. That's the difference in some of these programs is the weight room. That's the difference. Oh, they got the money to pay somebody. Well, hey, man, some of y'all paying for tournaments and stuff. Y'all got to start thinking about prioritizing what's going to be important. What's going to be important to your student athlete? Is it going to be taking care of him in the gym? I mean, Planet Fitness, $10 a month. Pay $20 a month and grab you a trainer and pay his fee and have him go with that kid every day. But there's no need. I mean, hey, that's it. Better be like the dancing bear. Yeah, it's so your regimen on what you should be doing. Some of my thinner kids that are trying to gain weight, meat-based, what's it called? I think it's more meat-based protein shakes, not soy-based. The meat-based, you got to get the protein, you got to get the calories. Kids are moving so much, their metabolism is going. They need to be putting somewhere between 4,000 and 6,000 calories in their body, and they got to be working. They got to be eating every 2 hours. They got to be eating something. So one of the things that we did, and I'll tell you guys, it worked. My son is a smaller frame guy. He is now 180 pounds. Only after a year and a half in college, he went at 163. Okay. Next bigger, different college program, high school program, different body structure. One of the things that you want to make sure that you're doing is if you're going to eat these kids eat all kinds, if you're going to eat canes, get the caniac combo, okay? Get the large fry, get the large drink, get the calories, right? The calories are what's going to put this on you. I'm going to use In-N-Out. You're going to eat a 2 or 4x4, whatever y'all eat, doubles with all that, right? You want to eat the fries. You want to eat the shake. You want to get a shake. You want to drink as much water as you can. That shake, not a protein shake, as another substitute of a shake. That's ice cream. That's sugar. That's more and more calories that's going in your body. So you want to put that weight on. Oh, he don't eat. Well, understand, again, first impressions mean everything. When you walk through the room, what's going to make you stand out? What these holdbacks are doing, and you guys get to see it, is that you remember what you're going up against if you're not a holdback, right? If you're not a holdback and you go and a kid is in the 9th grade with you, but he held back, now he's turning 16 and you're just turning 15 and your body hasn't started its transformation and he's growing, you look totally different. But this is what a coach sees. So you have to understand, you have to cut that over to your kid. Okay, the reason why this one has 3 stars or 4 stars or 5 stars, look at their body. I can tell you, I've seen Damani Jackson looks better than half of the NFL guys right now, right? So when you look at when you do this, it's about what the calories that you're putting in, the workout, the training that you're going to do. But right now, today, being the 10th, the very first camp I do believe we have is June 10th. Well, we're going to Dallas on June 4th, 5th, and 6th. So we're really about a month away. But the following week, the 10th is San Jose State, or 11th is San Jose State. The following week is Sac State. You're 6 weeks away. You should be able to go and ask your trainer, what can I do in 6 weeks right now? Right now, 3-4 times a week, and when what can I do to get to transform my body? So when I get to the Sac State camp, some people kind of oohing and eyeing, because remember, guys, these coaches haven't seen you in a year or almost two. Some of you guys still have freshman video up and you play. Some of you guys still have the wrong weight and height and all that stuff up on your profiles and all of that stuff. Yeah. They got to have an uncle for that, LZ. They got to have one of them OG uncles that got that pig iron around there, right? But those are the things that you need to be doing. I'm going to put some more meat-based protein up for you guys to get, so you can start taking the shake, drinking the shakes as a meal replacement, as a meal in the morning, meal in the afternoon. This is what you need to be doing. Guys, the cost of a scholarship, it costs. It costs your time. It costs you doing what you need to do. It costs money. It costs you training. It costs you doing it. Again, I don't want anybody to get me wrong. When I say if you're not going to play 7-on-7 and your team doesn't have something regularly on the weekend, you should be running track or working out with the track team. Hey, coach, I'm not running in meets, but what are y'all doing today? The more you run, the faster you're going to get. Okay. Another thing I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about is where you the recruiting process and how you gauge that. I saw that this weekend. I've been telling guys this. I've been telling guys this for a while. And Chris is on here. I'm gonna ask Chris, how much does JoJo weigh right now after a year and a half? JoJo look like you on there, man. JoJo got some of that Corona weight on him. But tell us how much JoJo weighs right now. And I want the class of 2022 to really look at this. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Bob. You saw DK Metcalf the other day. The guy said it. So here he is. What was he when he first got there, Chris? When he first got there. So he's 178, same year as my older son. Oh, him and Isaiah. Okay, so they've been there 2 years now. This is year 2, really, because they didn't get to play last year. What was he coming out of high school is what I want. 161. So literally, 17 pounds now, not fat, muscle that he's gotten since he's gotten to college, right? So you got to understand some of that weight is going to get there later. So if you are 160 right now and you want to get to 165, 171, and then once the season starts, you're going to drop that. He's probably going to play at 174, 170, 175, some of that in the summer, and then put some more back on, and he'll get to his real playing weight at a certain place because his body will understand it. But if you saw DK Metcalf, you saw a dude over 200-something pounds. Yep. Sitting out last year, he probably been 185. Isaac's right there right now, 180. Isaiah is still 165, but it's just muscle. His body is just different structure. And he can play that he can do that. So one of the things you guys want to make sure is that you understand the reality of where you are. And I'm going to say this again for a lot of parents who are still dealing with 2021. You are dealing with 2021. They are pretty much done. They are done. Okay. They are looking for guys. I got Lamar University in Texas. They're looking for a safety right now out the portal. I got a defensive end just called me from Fresno State. Got 3 offers now. He hasn't played a down at Fresno State, but he's 6'5". He's in the portal. What that means for you, again, is that skips over you. Please, 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 when you're talking to people, your 7-on-7 coaches, your recruiting guys that you're paying for a service, manage expectation on what the reality is right now. And I'm going to tell you guys this, right? There is going to be a boatload of names you know and names you don't know, but a boatload of guys in the portal out of the 2021 class that just went right now and the 2020 class. I'll say it again because I saw my screen jump. There's going to be guys that went to college in 2020 that go this year that are going to be in the portal, that some played, some didn't play, and they're going to be looking for other schools. It affects the 2022 class. What happened prior to affected the 2022 class. So if you are looking to play at the next level and you love the game, not like the game, love the game, that you will play anywhere. You just want to play college football, get your scholarship, and try to get your degree and let the chips fall where they may. There is an opportunity for you. But if you are, I got to go D1, it's got to be Pac-12 because I played with so-and-so and youth and I'm just as good as, you are going to be in, and you're not talking to anybody right now, you are going to be in a world of trouble because the schools out there right now that are looking for 22s are looking for commitments early now. There are some guys that can wait. There are some guys who've committed already that's still going to be coveted by other schools. And you don't know where you are on your list. What we do again at California Recruits is find out where you are so we can manage expectation. If you know right now going into camp season, there is something, Chris Forrest, follow me on this. He knows that when you go to camp season, we did this 2 years ago, 2020, 19, 29 sons that are there now. They were camp season guys. They had buzz. They needed to go to camp for guys to see them and to now get that ball rolling. They had a couple of offers, but camp season was going to mean a whole lot. My son Isaiah had Montana State, Nevada, Montana State first, then Nevada. Going into camps against Arizona and Sac State, all during camp season. So I'm giving you an example of there are some kids that they need this camp season and you can't go to camp season halfway. You can't go half-baked. So a lot of parents I hear, Dejon, what's going on, man? It's moving slow. This is moving right at the speed. It's going to move right now because a camp kid is a guy that they need to put eyes on. They need to see him move in person. The huddle was great. They know you're getting texts now that's saying, hey, what camps are you going to? You are now, you're there. You're on the board. Your number one question, I don't care. I get this information away. Ed, I'll get with you soon as we're done. What I tell parents all the time is you have to understand when you're moving, when we're going into these months, you have to when you're going into these camps, and then when you're going into these camps, you have to understand where you are. Your number one question is, if a school talks to you, is, Coach, how many are you recruiting at, especially this year? How many are you recruiting at my son's position? We're looking for 2 DBs. Okay, you guys are offering him right now. Where is he at in that process, right? Uh, uh, okay. Yep. Where is he at in that process? Where is he at? What number is he? I gave you guys this before. I'll give it to you again. In order to get 2 guys, you offer 20 guys. That's your 10% chance. I offer 20 to get my 2. Okay, coach, your top 2 are here. Who's 3, 4, 5, and 6? Where's my kid at? Is he number 7? 5 people have to say no before you get to my kid. I need to understand that. Those are questions that we ask. Those are the questions that when you're on the phone, you're going, oh, if they called your son, you smiling, everybody happy. Yeah, Arizona called tonight. We was on a good phone call, but you didn't ask the right question. They offer. Coach, before we get going, I don't want to get my son overly excited. We have a number of schools calling. Hey, I want to ask the question to you. Can I ask you these 3 important questions? I know you guys just offered my son, and we really appreciate it. Where is he at in this process? What number is he on your board? How many are you taking at his position? And how soon are you looking for his commitment? Okay, hey man, thank you. You want to control your recruiting. You want to be the person that's being able to ask those questions so you know what's going on. The real coaches, when you ask that question and you're not being the kid in the candy store happy because you have an offer and you're not really understanding where you are so you can make a real decision, you are be able to stop and go, okay, this is what we're going to do, son. When we talk to Oregon or when we talk to USC, when we talk to UC Davis, you were the number 1 guy on their list. They could commit right now. Everybody else is telling you, you got to wait. You got to sit down. We got to see them at camp. We want them on campus. We want to do this. Da, 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 da. Or the famous one from the coaches right now. Hey, if you commit, here's what I want you to do. You can't go on no trips. Then I'm not in control of my recruiting. You don't really feel great about my commitment. So this is what it is, coach. I like your school. But if you tell me this once in a lifetime chance I have to get 5 free trips to go to 5 colleges all over the country, that I can't do that, then I got a problem. I mean, mom and dad should be saying, wait a minute, my son will never be a senior again. He'll never get recruited like this again. He has 5 trips to take, which is given by the NCAA. Coach, if he commits to you and he still takes those trips and he changes his mind, isn't that his right? Because guess what, coach? If the NFL calls you and pays you double the salary that you're making right now, you're not going over to my son's room and asking him what's going to be best for you and your family, are you? So controlling your recruiting, you can ask questions that will help you understand where you are in the process. A lot of times everybody is being dictated to. uh, I got you. Everybody's being dictated to, and they're not being able to say what they actually say what they need to say and do what they need to do. And so we want to make sure that that you maintain that control on what you're doing, because if you don't, then you're waiting for the phone to ring. You're waiting for them to tell you what they need you to tell you. And then the number one thing that a lot of these guys do, I just want to build a relationship with you. Well, if the relationship is built on trust, coach, I'm committing to you today. I put it out there, but I'm going to take these 4 trips because I'm never going to be able to do this ever again in my life. So I want that we understand that, but that's the number one goal that we have with California recruits, and what we want to make sure that your student athlete understands where he is. And this is where I've been telling a lot of you guys, hey, Sac State coming up on 15th and 16th of June, they're going to have UCLA, Arizona State. They're going to have all the Pac-12s there. They're going to have some other schools. You got to teach your kid not to shun Pacific Lutheran or Lewis and Clark or San Jose State when they're there, or some other school because they have these Pac-12 dreams. If you're walking into this camp right now and you haven't DM'd the coach and the coach haven't said, hey, are you going to be there on the 15th or the 16th? You're going to be there on the 16th. Then you know I got a relationship with a coach. He knows that I'm going to be there. He's going to be looking out for me. Cool. Everybody else, and when I share this with you people, they go, oh, everybody, Steve's on here, and some of these contracts, I'm giving you guys information. There is something called a camp bonus that coaches get. So understand, you do not, there's something called a camp bonus. You do not just want to be a camper at camp. You don't want to be just another number. So there are a ton of camps that are coming out. The other thing that we do, sit down with somebody and really go over, is this a camp I should be going to? Should I be buying a plane ticket, flying to this camp and doing this camp? Because if I need to make sure that I am not wasting time, I can be performing in front of another coach at another camp where there's going to be scholarship money for me and my parents. Because you say as parents, it's about the scholarship. It's about them going to school. Well, Portland State has a camp and you flew all the way to Texas, or you flew all the way to Alabama to do the Crimson, Roll Tide camp. And your kid has not talked to Nick Saban or anybody on the staff, not even the quality control dude. So why are you flying all the way out? Well, that's his dream school. Right. And when he wakes up, he'll be at Portland State and he can still keep dreaming. But at the end of the day, he should have went to that camp and got outside. And one of my good friends, I would tell you, AWOL, Alex Wallace said, hey man, get the California kids out of Cali to camps and get them on campus. A couple years ago, you got a kid, Keyshawn, not Keyshawn, Keontae Clinton, playing at the University of Wyoming. He went up, fastest man at Oregon State camp or Portland State camp, where Oregon State were. He wasn't in the LA market with all the LA kids where he was like just another camper. You put him in a market where he can go. True story. My son with Nike, he got invited to Nike. I was able to get on the phone and the Nike guys. I said, can I ask you a question? Nike LA El Camino. I don't want him to go to that. It's like you guys already know who you're choosing. Can you give me a real assessment on what he should do? Thank God, Flex, my guy, Flex Mob, Fletch. I said, Fletch, what should he do? He said, go to Oakland. He should go to Oakland. We're going to have our Seattle guys and that Bay Area group. Send them to Oakland. We go to Oakland. He's an MVP. He goes to Dallas. First ever go to the Open. But he put himself in a different market where people can see him differently than he is with all these other guys. So really right now is we need to really hone in on putting a list together, getting your camp schedule together. It takes work. That's what we do. But parents, if you're not going to pay a service, sit down, get your camp list together. Is this a good camp? Son, let's go over your Twitter. Who have you been talking to in the DM? What school has got edits with your name on it? Let's see where you are. Can I pick up the phone? Now your mom, your dad. Hey, coach, I know you've been, send an email. You've been talking about, is there an opportunity or is it not? Should we be moving towards some of these D2s or these 1AAs? Should we reevaluate our recruiting? Because if we do that, we don't have that time to continue to keep doing what we're doing and not hearing from anybody, because I can tell you guys, I get frantic calls regularly, like, what's going on? What's happening? Because you don't have the process. That's why we do trying to do bi-weekly calls with all of our athletes. Hey, what's going on? I talk to some of you guys, parents, what's happening, so I can know, I can backdoor it. Some stuff they won't tell dad that they'll tell me. Steve Bouchard right now, if he's coaching at UCLA or Arizona State, when he was at, if I'm talking to Steve Broussard at Arizona State or UCLA, say, hey, Steve, this is me and you off the record. Where's this kid at? I know you guys have, you have to recruit him in a certain way, and you got to watch what you say, this, that, and the other. But you're talking to me. Where's that guy at? That's what you have in a serve, as opposed to one about how great his kid is, And I've dealt with times running a servant and being a dad, and being upset as a dad, but understanding this is how when you're running this, you get sometimes you're privy to some other information. So you want to make sure that that is something that you guys you're working on, and making sure you're going to the right camp. Okay. 2022s, I can tell you right now, when you go to camp, don't let the 20 do you, because right now, some of the uh, the 2023 class is the hottest class on the board right now. A lot of people are in love with the 2023s. I've heard some schools say, we're just not going to take a quarter. We're going to wait to get a high school guy. And that was my point again of letting you guys understand about the portal. The portal isn't going anywhere right now. So them picking a guy out the portal to just pick and help them in the process is totally different, right? It's a totally different, it's a total different thing, because picking that guy, you know, picking that guy out the portal can give you that little bit of time while you wait for that high school guy. So why should I quarterback? I really don't know. I can get an older guy that's been in the weight room, because you know, uh, and go from there. This is what is going to be, right? So you want to make sure that you don't shun any schools that you could be actually talking to. Like, really, don't a college, don't shun anybody in that sense. You want to make sure that you're really, really understanding about the portal. The portal is not going anywhere. And for your student athlete, you have to consider that. So you have to be nice to the D2. You have to be nice to the D3. You have to be nice to the NAIA. You have to be nice to the JC. Know what's going to happen in the process. But you have to manage expectation of your children so they understand this is how this is going to work. Say that work. SC's not going to just fall out and go, oh, you had a game, you rushed for 300 yards, you caught 3 touchdowns, and man, you the man. Yeah, no, we all doesn't work that way. So there's a process in this whole thing, and right now the summer this is, and that portal's not going anywhere. That class of 2020, if a school feels like we got a walked out well, I don't have to take a 2022 guy. I'm gonna take 2 away because I want that 23. I think we got a good shot. It's guys, and you got to play the numbers game the right way, and you got to do what we say all the time with Harvey Jernagin, rest in peace. I'm liking who liking me. That's who I'm liking. I'm liking whoever's liking me, and I'm rocking with that, because I could miss out trying to like somebody who doesn't like me. If a school hasn't talked to me out of camp, we're going to have another in the summer. It'll be right around July 1st, right before 4th of July, or right after 4th of July. When you come out of camp, you're going to see offers. You're going to see guys get offered 4th of July. You access your stuff and go, had a good camp season. Nobody's really talking to me. That coach I talked to prior, when we talk now, he kind of used to hit me every day. He kind of used to hit me every day. Now he's not talking to me. He's kind of like, yeah, I'll get with you. Yeah, we still evaluating. He's giving you all of those signs that tells you talking to this guy. He's saying, hey man, we really like you. I know it's Northwest or Northeast or Northwest Oklahoma State. It's D2, but man, you on our board. You're our number one guy. Hey, mom and dad, can we set that schedule to go out and visit that school? Hey, this school over here saying you are our number one guy. You want a top guy. We taking 3. Looking at those numbers and you start making those decisions. And those decisions, again, to control your recruiting, you have the opportunity to turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to decommit because so-and-so came at the end and that's what I want. But realize that team took that came late, didn't want you early, something happened. And that's the other part where a lot of our parents are getting screwed. And you'll see guys in the portal because they were never first option guys. When the call came from Lamar University the other day, first thing, I need a guy that's been on college campus. Our starter has gone down. We are looking for a starter. If they would have went and got a high school guy, they would have brought him in, and somebody else, that guy comes back off the injury, that is in the portal. So you have to understand the process of recruiting. You're a 2024 guy. In closing, marketing. You got to get on and market yourself, guys. You got to have those 3 videos. You got to have those 2 videos up per week. Weightlifting, speed training, going footwork, shuttle work. You got to be doing that stuff, and we got to get you going, right? We got to get that, making sure that that's the stuff that you're going to be doing and working with. On your Twitter, clean it up your Instagram. If it ain't clean, start a new page. Start a new one where it's just football. Bam. You're following football guys. You got great leaders of the past and Martin Luther King this and this, like good stuff. All right. So, all right, man. I'm out. Recruiting 101, camp season do's and don'ts. Check my page out, man, for your new for your nutrition stuff. I'm gonna put some stuff on here for weight gain and some different stuff to help. We have some testosterone builders and different things that we do and help getting that weight up for kids. So get with me on that stuff. You're looking to sign up with a service. This month I'm about to do a discount. I want 3.0 or better. You will get a $500 discount, 3.0 or better. If you have a 3.5, you will get $1,000 off of the cost of service. You can reach us at carecruits.com or 323-335-6359. 323-335-359. Always remember, the reality is the 98%, the exception is the 2. There's more 98% guys out there, and those are the guys that we work with. Those are guys that need help. 2% don't need our service.